You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
My guy.
Neal Brennan.
Yeah, I got my Starbucks, everybody.
Oh, so
They're
after
back.
that training.
Oh, they are back.
I will say it took a while to get service as a white person, but
Really?
they finally, once they took care of all the black people, they finally got to me.
Oh, so y'all are secondary now in Starbucks. I didn't realize that.
I couldn't use the bathroom. It was a nightmare.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you see the anti-bias training that they had to do?
What do you think they did? Has there been any inside?
Yes, we have it right here.
We have the whole entire question.
Yes, that's the questionnaires that they had to ask people.
Well, hold on, pass it here. I'm gonna have you answer them.
Oh yeah, all right, good.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Neal Brennan.
Let's see if Neal has any experience dealing
Have you
with
ever
black
taken
people.
that bias test online where you it's just like fast words and you see if you're racist or not?
No, I never did.
It's really interesting, and I'm
I'ma
proud
pull
to say
that
that
up.
I am not. I passed.
What's
like
the 1st
I'm
word?
not.
Muslim?
It's just like I don't even. It's one of those like eye movement things, and then you just have to like hit a button.
Got you.
But I'm not racist. It turns out.
All right, so let's see about your anti-bias training, Neal Brennan.
I don't know if Neal has any experience working with black people. Let's see.
See what I can do.
Okay, so we want you to recall, when was the first time that you noticed your racial identity?
Oh that's a great question. I guess right away. Right when I came out.
You came out the womb knowing you
Right,
were
I
white.
was like, it's good to be
recognize
white. It is good to be white. No, I'm just kidding. No, you know what's when I was a kid though, black people were always nice to me. Like when my brother was like a usher in Chicago at the Chicago Stadium and like Wrigley Field, and like all the black dudes he worked with were all straight with me.
What's the next question, Yee?
The first time you noticed how your race affected your beauty standards?
Well, you know, people say I look like Scottie Pippen.
I see that.
You see it? You see it?
I see that. I see that.
I see it too.
I never told you that, Neal.
I didn't just make it up.
This is a good one for you.
Yeah,
Neal.
go.
When is the first time you altered your communication style? In other words, you dialed it up or down
I'm the king of that.
to avoid playing into stereotypes.
It's hard. No, when I'm dealing with someone I know is black on the phone, it's really hard for me not to be like, all right, bet. All right, bet. That's what's up. And like I'd be like, thank you very much. Okay, agreed. And then it's agreed too. So I am racist in that way. In that I try to be like a little bit like
I don't know
bet.
if that
See,
makes
I
you
know
racist.
bet. I know. What does that make
This is
me?
anti-bias.
But isn't
Right.
that cool? Like you just kind of like using the latest slang.
You're
kinda?
sim- you're
It's
assimilating.
lit.
You're
It's
assimilating.
lit.
It's lit.
Do you
yeah.
say dead ass when you walk in the streets
Dead
of New York?
ass naked, butt ass, butthole.
Do you use the
It's
N-word?
lit. I really cut down. I'll say that, if at all. My policy
used to
is
do it in
always
jokes.
I used to do it. I did it in a joke. Now my policy is like, Neal, just black people got enough problems. Like, don't add to it. Like, don't bum. It bums people out. No one's ever like, thank you.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it.
It's not.
That's
It's
not-
like it takes so much energy, which sounds like a white privilege thing to say. Like, do you know how much energy it takes to say the N-word? But it's just not worth it.
Was it easier to say during the Obama era? Because that's when I remember you doing the jokes during that time.
It was easier to say it closer to Chappelle Show in that I was just so immersed in it all the time.
Got you.
And like getting called it constantly. So I felt like
It was okay.
it was all right. I did a joke about it. So it was like about the word, and it was
You had
about
to use it,
using
you
it.
felt like.
Yes.
So now you just don't do that joke anymore.
That
Or you
joke has
changed
been
it.
retired. But I will say that I was on Ambien whenever I'm kidding. Yeah, I just don't. It's just not worth it.
Now let me ask you a question. Charlamagne uses a term that some white people don't like.
Mayonnaise.
He calls white people mayonnaise.
No one likes mayonnaise.
Are you
by the way.
offended by that?
No.
Use
What
it in-
like
use
give
it in
it?
a
I
sentence.
call racist bigots mayonnaise because mayonnaise is disgusting. So is racism
Yeah.
and bigotry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I know people that are like don't like white trash.
What
don't
about-
like saying white trash.
What about
Really?
cracker ass
Yeah.
cracker?
Cracker ass cracker's great. Is a Hall of Famer. Mayonnaise.
Why do you think it's a Hall of Famer?
Just because Chris said it, because you
Oh
can't.
yeah, that's it.
Cracker ass cracker.
Oh,
you
amazing.
can't not say it like
Amazing.
that. Mayonnaise. Yeah, mayonnaise. I feel like it'll have a hard time catching on.
Oh, they hate it. Listen, I can say crack ass, crack a white devil on the radio, but when I say mayonnaise, they call and complain.
Well, yeah, but
like it's the weirdest thing in the world.
Crackers are delicious. Mayonnaise is disgusting.
True.
And I think it's the connotation of the mayonnaise. It's gross. Who eats mayonnaise?
Exactly.
I don't mind mayonnaise, although I am vegan. I go with a vegan mayo, which is kind of almost whiter than mayo.
Do you think Roseanne's show should have been canceled?
I'm happy that. Yeah, I mean, you can't tweet that stuff. Here's what I'll say. Remember when Donald Sterling got busted for saying that for the recording?
Yeah.
And everybody was asking the players, like, why didn't you, are you shocked, surprised, da-da-da-da. And I remember Blake Griffin going like, had you guys never Googled Donald Sterling? Like, he goes, when I got drafted, I Googled Donald Sterling. The guy's racist. So the idea that they now all of a sudden are like, what? Roseanne Barr?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, she was racist before, but once you're kind of on the clock and on their time, then you just can't be so openly racist.
You can't spew your racism.
I've never seen someone insult Jewish people the way she has and still get a job.
Yeah, you got it. She made him a lot of money. Yeah, I know. And they kind of act like, well, we're going to see moving forward. When white people say words like moving forward at this time, you know that things are getting official. But once I'm glad. And there's also a black woman in charge of ABC.
Channing,
the president of the network is a black woman. So it's like, I wonder if it came down to her going to her boss's office and going like, going to Bob Iger's office and going like, look, this is a huge problem for me as a black woman. What do you want to do? And he had to make a corporate decision. Because it's just not good for their brand.
Would you write on that show?
No. I know people that did. I know a lot of people that did.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know
Wanda wrote for it. Whitney wrote for it. Morgan Murphy wrote for it. Morgan Freeman. Okay. Morgan Murphy. So I know Norm Macdonald, like really funny people. I think they were all nostalgic for the original version, which I never was that into.
But that's 99. They said 99 people fired that lost their job because of her statement.
Yeah, at least.
But what you said is true, though. I mean, like, I think about, like, Wanda. I love Wanda, and she stepped down yesterday, but I'm like, why was she ever there?
I know. I got to say, I don't know why. I know Whitney got paid, so, like, I know she did it. I mean, she got a really nice check from it.
Wanda got a nice
I'm sure
paycheck.
Wanda did, too. Yeah. But,
so, no, you wouldn't have written for Roseanne, but if it was a nice check, would you have considered it?
No. I don't. No. There's not a check that you could write. I wouldn't. It's not fun working for people that are not good. I'm lucky to be in a position where I'll just work with people that I think are like A, funny, and B, good people. But mostly it can't just be like, hey, he's funny, he's a jerk, but he's kind of a racist when he takes Ambien. But otherwise, as long as he's not hide the Ambien and we're good, like, no. So I wouldn't have worked for him.
You could give people in that position tips, though, because you've been in a similar situation. Everybody knows.
Go on.
Where, the star of the show.
Yeah, but Dave wasn't
steps away
spewing, but he didn't. That's the.
I mean, it's not the same, but
no,
you know what I mean.
It's like completely different. Where he didn't get asked to leave. He just left. So
and left the whole cast high and dry. The crew, everybody.
Yeah. But like we all did all right.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
Yeah.
You think Roseanne will be able to get work doing other things now, or you think it's a blackball situation?
I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't know if like Breitbart or Fox News, if there was a way.
I said Fox News. I said she's going to Fox News.
Yeah, if there's a way, she's not going to make the kind of money she was making because she was pulling down big numbers. So I feel like whatever she does is going to be a pay cut. But I think it was more about relevance for her at this point because she had to have made $40-50 million the first time, and she has like a farm, right? Mm-hmm. So
she's fine. She can afford to be racist.
Fine. Yeah, she'll be.
That's the problem. Like some people can afford to be racist. Some people can't.
Right. What do you think the number is where you can be like
50 million? I think you can be overtly racist and be fine. Even if you don't get to do anything else, you still land on a big pile of money.
I think 20 million. I think 10 million. If you do it right.
That's the problem with the Trump administration. He's empowering a lot of people who can't financially afford to be racist.
You don't got the numbers.
No.
You're not doing numbers like this to be this racist. Yeah. Maybe it's the farm part. Maybe being on a farm made her. It seems like all farmers are racist.
You
Maybe it was she was on the farm too long. It was like started, you know. But I'm happy. I think it was the right thing, and I think it sets a good precedent.
Do you think? Have you been following the Drake Pusha beef?
Yeah.
What do you think of blackface, Neal?
Here's the thing about you can't, as a black person, it seems like you can't ever do blackface under any circumstances. Like you just can't, because it will be. It's just gonna be used. It's like herpes.
It's Coon and it's the minstrel show.
But it's gonna be found out. The fact that it was on that guy's page. Did you go to the page?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like it wasn't even featured. It was like bottom left. Like it's just another one of my photos. Drake and blackface, no big deal. But yeah, you just can't do black. Do you think that was the most damning part of the?
To me.
What if it was for a movie or a short film, an independent film? What if
you can't do it. Just don't do it. I just think don't do
I don't think
it.
that's the most damning part. And the reason I say that is because I think a lot of the kids don't really know much about it. I don't think they know their history enough to even know what Drake was doing.
Yeah, they're like, what filter is that?
It's damning because it is the cover that he used. That picture is the cover.
And it got taken down, right?
You can
he's taking it down.
But like it got, but
see
Pusha said it got taken. It got flagged on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I disagree that kids don't know what that is because every Halloween, some guy in some college does it, and people have a fit. So no, people absolutely know what blackface is.
I think the fact that we don't know, but claiming his child, I think people were more upset about that. Like, damn, he's a deadbeat dad. Like, I think people were more upset about that at first.
But Drake can say, I'm not a deadbeat dad. I just did not put my son out there yet, but I take care of him.
He hasn't released the son yet. He's got a date. He has a release
You
date for the son.
baby.
Yeah, you got to roll the son out slow. You get the whole promo department behind it, and then you bring the kid out.
Hey, come on, man. Khaled put a lot of pressure on people when it came to rolling out your son, man.
That's exactly right. You know it's a mean song when the nicest thing he said was, you have an illegitimate son.
Yeah.
Because, like, that was the nicest thing he said. Like, listen, and I was like, that's me. You know what? The son part was pretty nice. Actually, pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It's nicer than...
Did anything offend you?
Nothing offended. I would like to say that last time he dissed Drake, he mentioned me specifically on... I don't know. It was a Chappelle Show reference and Dave having writers. And mentioned me specifically.
Really?
Yeah.
Pusha did?
Yeah.
Go
back.
Google this.
Look at the tape, homie. It's there.
I believe you.
What did he say?
I'm gonna tell you right
We'll bring
now.
it up. But he just mentioned it as that Drake has writers. The fact that he was talking about his friend dying is a bit like, yeesh.
Clutch my pearls.
Yeah, it was a bit like, well, first about Clutch My Pearls, I like that how guys are rapping like rich white women now. Where like the audacity was with Drake's on the last one. Then he's like, I'm upset. He's got a song coming out called I'm Flummoxed. And Pusha rapped about caviar facials.
Yes, he did.
And like now he's like, I don't think you're capable of love, Drake. That's what I think. I don't think you're capable of love. I think because your father walked out on your mother when you were 5. I've spoke to your therapist, and I think you're in a lot of emotional trouble.
He did. He said, Chappelle Show, all of you Neal Brennan, sketch comedy, who is for real penning. Oh, okay,
You know
Neal.
what I mean? You know what I mean?
out here in the middle of rap beefs.
I've been out here, man.
Immortalized.
And you from an era where you actually saw real beefs, rap beefs.
You know what's funny? If anything happens to either one of those guys, they have to make sure each other are okay now. Because if anything happens to Pusha, they're
Gets
bringing
tied
in.
back.
Yeah, they're bringing Drake in first. So he should hire Pusha security and like a doctor, make sure his health is good. Because like they're the number one suspect for either. The fact that Biggie and Tupac is like, and no one got arrested is still amazing in light of this. Where you're like,
Well, I think both of the people that killed him are dead, though. That's why I think.
Oh, you think so?
That's what I think.
Okay.
I think the streets did what they were supposed to do.
All right.
But I could just be making that up.
Yeah.
And what do you think about Kanye West and all his shenanigans?
I personally like Kanye. Charlamagne and I are friends with him. Yes. And we spent a lot of... I saw Kanye a couple months ago in Germany. I was with Dave doing shows, and Kanye was there. And he seemed fine. And he seemed like happy and pleasant, and he was recording. And I love Pusha's record. The production on that's great.
Album's dope. Album's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, like the production's fantastic. And I actually really like Kanye's verse on that. Like his verse is one of the Yeah, like so I got no. The thing that I told somebody is the thing with Kanye supporting Trump is he likes that Trump is disruptive.
That's it.
He likes that he's like punk rock, but Trump is punk rock in the same way that food poisoning is punk rock. It's like, yeah, it cleans me out. Like it gives me, diarrhea. Diarrhea is like, I was talking to a buddy of mine and we were going like, me and Cuddy was on diarrhea 2 years ago. Y'all wasn't even on diarrhea. Like, just because it's ahead of the curve doesn't mean it's cool. Like, he's really damaging. He is punk rock. He is disruptive, but he's also a virulent racist, like a horrible, horrible racist.
And I think that that Kanye probably has not been personally affected by anything that Trump has done. And there's so many people who have. It's not like he's had relatives sent back to another country.
No.
And so he doesn't understand why people are so angry and upset.
Yeah, well, apparently Kim's going to the White House today.
Yeah, she is.
She's supposed to be having a
which I think could work because we tend to forget that Donald Trump is a celebrity in chief. So maybe other celebrities can get through to him. Politicians are not talking Donald Trump's language.
Absolutely not.
No. So I think that might be the new way. Get a celebrity, arm him with some information, and let him go in there and talk to Trump.
Yeah, I mean, but I think she's trying to get one person freed.
Yeah, one person.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah,
okay.
I think she was jailed for. I think it was like being a drug mule or something like that back in '97.
I thought it was the woman who killed her rapist. I could be wrong, though. Don't quote me on that.
I thought it was a drug mule,
I
thought it was a drug mule, too.
Yeah, but I love, I mean, Kanye's music is great, and I hope, I think people I don't think people care. I think people care in like the wrestling way. Where they're like, bah, like he's like the villain and he comes out. And,
like when he says slavery is a choice.
Yeah, I think he just likes saying stuff that's interesting and he likes saying stuff that's provocative, but I don't think he believes much. I just think he likes saying stuff.
A lot of people were comparing it to a classic Chappelle Show skit, the black
Black
White
Supremacist. Yeah. And then where my hat exploded. See, I've been out here, Charlamagne.
That was a Make America Great Again hat when I think about it.
You know what's funny? I had that same thought. I don't know what that hat said, but it was like
the red brim. Yeah,
red brim hat. Envy, I don't know if you've ever seen Chappelle Show, but
Haven't.
It was popular. Envy, what do you got? You doing TV now?
No.
You just a pilot?
We just working hard.
Bravo TV, baby.
Bravo
Go with
TV.
Envy. Envy and his family.
You want to be a ghostwriter?
No, thank you.
You ain't got time. You're out here working on your own new hour.
You too racist, man.
You working on your new hour?
Yes, I got my new hour stand-up that I'm going out with.
What's the name of it?
It's called Here We Go.
Here We Go tour.
The Here We Go tour. It's a reference to a joke I do about guys. It's a lot of my jokes are about Me Too.
Wow.
The guys
you don't take
can't.
him serious, Neal?
No, I take him seriously, but as a comedian, like it's all my friends are getting popped.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby was a close friend.
Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein is my godfather. The Here We Go is like guys have just you can't go to a guy's hotel room because we've watched so much porn that we believe everywhere we are a porn is about to break out. So a guy will be in his hotel room, hear an unexpected knock on the door, and be like, "Here we go, all right." And then then it's on. Like it's always just like, "Here we go."
Do you watch that much porn?
We watch.
Yes,
we watch.
The answer is yes.
I don't want. Look, I'm like a once a day guy. I'm not like a furious
day.
like.
That's a habit.
That's a lot.
That's a habit, Neal.
Once a day of porn, a busy
Once
guy
a
like you
day?
that's always creating. Why?
Did you see the guy that was on the flight that was actually
like that?
You accidental porn, or you actually
I'm
go to
making my own
Pornhub?
meme right now. What? When Charlamagne says once a day is a lot to masturbate.
Did you see the guy that was on the flight and he was masturbating to porn on the flight?
I mean,
You've done
it's
that?
it's no, but they have Wi-Fi. They don't say, "Hey, don't do." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what do you? What? Who is he? Who are we to judge?
He wasn't in his cabin. He wasn't in his own cabin or nothing.
No.
He was in the seat. He wasn't
He was
first
in the
class.
seat
He was just
watching
chilling.
It's a wild guy there.
But nobody was sitting next to him.
Oh, that's all right. Once a day? What are you?
Next question: do you have a subscription to any of these sites?
No, the idea of anyone subscribing to these porn sites is so insane.
That's where you draw the line.
Yeah, like that's insane. Now that is the definition of insanity. Is subscribing? It's like, dude, there's 500 million free videos. I have a friend who's like, no, I gotta have it in 4K. Like that's. Like 4K. Bobby Lee, the comedian, has to watch 4K. He has to go buy 4K DVDs because he's like, bro, I can't take pixels.
Well, he buys DVDs.
Yes.
Porn has evolved so much because think about it. It started off where you had to have a VHS tape, then you had to buy the DVDs.
When did you? How old are you? We don't have to talk about it, but when was the first time you saw porn? Because I feel like generationally.
The first time I saw
Debbie
porn,
does Dallas.
My friend across the street, her dad was watching it on television, on VHS. And we were really, really young. I didn't know what was going on. We went to the store to get him cigarettes and came back, and he was watching porn, and we were standing in the
You guys came back too soon.
Yeah, I think so. And he was watching porn, and that was the first little snippet I ever saw. Then I found some at my parents' house. We would go through some stuff, and we found a tape, and it had porn on it.
But I feel like women
unlabeled.
in their late 30s they didn't get it. Guys I used to have to go to a video store and like
I used to have Playboys and Penthouse.
Yeah, well, I had all that,
Hustler.
but then once like the video store, so I feel like now girls are watching more porn. They're more aware of stuff.
Yeah.
And there's more stuff on the menu, so to speak.
It might be more women, I feel like, in a way, that watch porn than men now. Because I feel like all my friends watch porn.
Don't sell us short. believe all men. No, I think men are doing all right.
What are you looking up?
You know what? I'm on some it just whatever strikes me. You know what'll be on the homepage? Well, now they have the thing of we have a video we think you'll like. You're like, wait, what are you saying?
They know your habits.
Yeah.
It's Netflix.
Yeah, exactly. So I go on and be like, yeah, old Asian lady, okay. Or whatever, just whatever strikes my fancy that day. Yeah,
that's your thing. I saw you just come back from. You was at Japan.
I wasn't, but it ain't really my thing. I was in Tokyo. Yeah, Tokyo's only 9 hours from LA, by the way, which people think it's so far. It's no, it's I mean, it's not as close as New York, but it's I just wanted to make the point of it's just I was gonna come here and I was like, let me just go to Tokyo.
I saw that video. I was like, damn, Neal out there fucking. He in Japan. Neal getting
Why
it in.
did you
I was masturbating once a day in Japan. Am I out of my mind? Once a day?
Yes, that's kind of crazy,
what?
Neal. Masturbating once a day?
When you're in a relationship, do you still masturbate once a day? Or does
nah.
But you're in a relationship, aren't you?
Twice. I'm kidding. No, I'm not in a relationship.
Oh, not anymore?
No.
Oh, wow,
I'm out.
wow.
Not in these streets.
He said, oh, whoa,
He said,
whoa,
I'm out
whoa,
in these streets. No, but if you think about masturbating once a day, is not bad. But watching porn once a day is bad.
What do you don't? So you're just sitting on your bed,
using his imagination,
just staring at the wall like a prisoner.
Because you know they say watching porn really messes with your erections.
What
is that? What it is?
It gives them to you.
No, they say that it doesn't make you as sensitive as other people because you watch it so much. You're not as sensitive. So
I feel like the internet does that. I feel like it's so much titties and vagina on the internet. It's desensitized to it.
It is. Now I'm looking for a connection. Remember. Human physical connection, Charlamagne?
Yeah.
Back in the 80s.
That shit don't happen anymore.
That's over. Yeah, I don't feel like I'm. Camera guys, what do you think of once a day?
Once a day.
You guys are in your 20s, right? Yeah.
Is it more in the morning or at night?
No, I'm a night person. Here's my thing: I like to give myself something to look forward to. This goes for sex as well. I don't like morning sex. I'm not even awake. My breath stinks. I don't even remember it. You know what I mean? I see it as a dessert.
So you're treating yourself.
That is correct.
Treat yourself.
Now, do you watch it long time? Because I was Chris Rock special. He was really into it, an hour. He was looking for the perfect scene.
No, I think he had a problem.
Oh.
I think.
Oh, now we're judging other people.
Well, no, I think the thing about I was 15 minutes late for everything. It was I've never been that bad. I don't have if I'm masturbating, I don't have plans. I'm in for the night.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So it's a date night.
Hey, you fuck the shit out yourself and go to sleep.
Yeah, treat myself right. Pour myself a wine. Look in the mirror.
Do you have the volume off or on?
I like some volume. Thank you. Next question.
So your whole new stand-up is about
No, it's not
sexual
my own.
harassment?
No, it's about
It's all about fucking yourself.
Sexually harassing yourself?
No, it is like it's probably half Me Too stuff.
yeah.
Because it's like I just don't know what else. It just seems so relevant. Like in terms of this is all me and my friends are talking about. And also I am friends with Aziz and I've known Louis since I was 25 or for like 25 years. So like I can't not. It seems like in my backyard to not talk about it to me seems insane. And it's something I think about all the time anyway.
Aziz gave me faith, though. And I'm going to tell you why Aziz gave me faith. Because when that situation happened, people started to look at the nuance of the situation. And they was like, well, maybe it's not like what she's saying.
Yeah.
Because
It's not
allegations
so
were
black and
ruining
white.
people.
Yes. It is not so black and white. It's that with both of those guys, I think it was just bad. Well, for Aziz, it was just like bad for his brand, so to speak. It seemed out of character for what people knew of him. And Louis, to me, it seemed totally in character.
Because he does jokes
like
about it.
every
He raps about
joke ends with him jerking off.
Yeah.
So every night is going to end the same way. But like, yeah, the Aziz thing, it was good in terms of like people taking a deep breath. The Morgan Freeman one was surprising, and not surprising. The problem with the movement now is there's so many people getting busted.
Well, Morgan
That
Freeman
it's
has
like-
actually is denying these things and saying that it was kind of like they tried to set him up and make it seem like more than what it was. And two of the women are saying they weren't accusing him of anything, and it was kind of it's still going on right now. They're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and also if you're, there are worse voices to get sexually harassed by. You know what I mean?
Neil, have you?
that video we saw was bullshit, though.
Which one?
The one that Morgan, when he was like, I wish I was there.
Oh, I didn't see any of the
Yeah,
video.
talked
That was
about
such
that.
bullshit.
No, did it make you think to yourself, have I ever done anything
Yeah.
that people would say are inappropriate?
Yeah, I mean now it's like it's you have to reconsider, particularly being a comedian. It is like I have to consider I'm not gonna have any credibility. You know what I mean? Like at this point, comedians are like the least believed. We're like the dirtbags. So it's like I have to be super duper. We had that on Chappelle Show. We had that love contract sketch that was like 15 years ago. Like it's always weighed on me in terms of like it's a big risk. It's a big it's sexually engaging with somebody is I'm not just talking about STDs. I'm talking like the whole thing.
Yeah, you're right.
You can get hemmed up on language. People can feel disrespected. Don't walk into the car, then they're mad. Like there's stuff that it's an emotional issue that is now becoming something that people are like pressing charges and litigating about, and that's hard. It's scary.
And with guys, allegations ruin you. It could just be
The allegation is the conviction.
That's it.
Right.
Like no one's gonna hear. That's on the front page.
Court of public opinion kills
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, for sure. I definitely think about it.
And I think it depends too, because for women it's hard to come forward even when these allegations are.
Even if you get assaulted, it's very hard.
It's
No
very
one wants to go
difficult.
talk about their vagina for a year in court.
And nobody also wants to accuse certain people because people automatically won't believe
Yes.
you.
Yes, exactly.
People take sides, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing.
Some girl hit on me on one of the apps.
Tinder?
I think it was like Twitter or
Christian Mingle?
J-Date?
Instagram, Farmers Only. She goes like, we should hang out, and I just wrote back like, no thanks. And people thought it was mean, but I was like, as a comedian and as a person
But are you
with
on
something.
this app to date?
Yeah, what are you on the app
No,
for?
she slid.
You just can't be too safe,
She was
man.
sliding. I was just like, no thanks, and people were like, that's kind of rude. And I was like, I have to start thinking like defensively.
Right.
Like I think about every interaction and like if this was shown in court, would I be okay? Like, which is not it's talk about messing with your erections. Like that's not like you're not like I'm rock hard right now, worrying about all the worrying about a court case about us interacting.
Right.
Do you have to think about that when it comes to your material also?
Well, with the material, I just don't want women to feel crappy. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to make women feel like I'm disrespecting women.
They're going to feel like that, though. Because as soon as you say things like, oh, another Me Too case, here we go. They're gonna
Yeah.
feel like that automatically.
I don't. I mean, it is pro women. It's pro women, and it's pro women without being pandering. If that makes sense. Like it's pro women to the point where it's like still funny.
Are you doing your new stand up for Netflix?
I hope so. The thing with Netflix is you got to do it and then like present it to them.
So you gotta pay for it yourself.
How much
and
did you
do
get
it.
for your first stand up on Netflix, Neal? The
Leonard.
3 mics, the classic.
Leonard,
Did you get more than Monique?
Leonard.
your mother is nice. I met you on an elevator years ago, and you tried to hit the closed door button when I was running up to it. What was the how much?
She got $500,000 was the offer.
Oh, I didn't get that much.
Get out of here. You're a white
No.
male. Come on, stop.
No,
Neal.
I know, but they don't. That's the thing. Netflix doesn't play. Here's what I'll say about the Monique thing.
Hold on,
I
how much-
know better than to get involved.
How much did you get, Neal?
I know better.
I'm not going to tell you. I
you
just
told me
think it's-
before, though, but
I
I
think
won't
it's
say.
bad form. I don't like to get into all that. Yeah, you saw what happened last time. You're a troublemaker. I think the Monique thing is long term good for women / black women because now, in the same way that it's basically like she was wearing a body cam during the negotiation. So now Netflix knows like we have to be on the up and up when we're dealing with people of color, women, anyone who's not a white male. We have to be like above board because we can get popped.
They don't want to prove her right.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
think it may not help Monique, but I think it'll help. At, like a lot of other people.
I did feel like Monique deserved more, just not as much as
I agree.
Chris,
Yeah,
Dave,
exactly.
and
I
Amy
agree.
Schumer.
Yeah, I agree.
Amy follows me on Instagram now.
Is that
So
true?
happy.
Congrats, bro.
Because she had me blocked on Twitter, but
Yeah.
then she followed me on IG.
Are you still blocked on Twitter though?
So I followed her back like yesterday.
Oh.
Pusher T follows me on Twitter, and I'm thinking about blocking him just so he doesn't have any information on me. Like I don't even want him to know stuff. He's like
The
right.
way he is, right?
Now, my friend John Laster was performing in Atlantic City, and he said he got fired because he did a Donald Trump joke. And I guess some of the people in the audience, a few of them complained about it and went, and now they fired him.
I got to say, I did a show in Nashville for NPR because I have a lot of appeal.
True,
You guys, I can
true.
do Breakfast Club and
very
Terry
diverse.
Gross, whatever. I have my hand in a lot of pots.
Very diverse.
Very diverse. And I did a show in Nashville, and I did a joke about Confederate statues, and it ripped. But it also got like wrestling boos. So I think depending on where you are, I haven't had any like the don't do Trump jokes. But I think depending on where you are, the thing with Trump is he's just not a moral guy. So it's like the jokes are not. It's not like you can just go on policy and he's immoral. Like he has no morality. So the idea that somehow you're not supposed to say that is kind of insane. Did your friend like?
This
did
was
he,
at
He was at the
Atlantic City,
Borgata.
the Borgata.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if you
that's
ever
the
been
thing
there,
when you
it's
do
all
those
free.
yes.
You don't remember
It's
John
all
Laster?
old-
He's the one who hosted that big
No,
night at the
I
Southern
remember.
that
Yeah,
night.
no, but I'm saying like,
It's all older. A lot of them riding
exactly. Yeah.
scooters, like
Yeah, I kind of don't even mess with crowds like that because it's just not fun. If they think Trump is great, then it's a bit of a bummer. Like if I do racial jokes at all, if it's all white people, I just won't do them because I don't want it to feel like what'd he say? Pitchfork, you know what I mean? Or tiki torch.
I feel like comedy is supposed to be such a bonding thing for us, though. Like certain things, no matter what you believe in, certain things are just funny.
Yeah, I mean yes, you would think, but
That's how it's
now
supposed to be.
Yes, but now it's super duper. It's in the Twitter age, it's everything's divisive now.
When
I
you're
think
on
it's
tour,
whack when people go to people's shows and tweet about jokes that people are working out.
Yeah.
And then because it never reads the way that
Yes.
that guy
That it
said
was
it on
told.
stage or that woman said
Well,
it on
that's
stage.
like if you ever read reviews of comedy shows, like even great reviews are not that good because it's like you can't capture. It's like, and then that got a 9-second laugh or like the power of like John Mulaney had a special on Netflix. It's great, Kid Gorgeous, and it was in Radio City. And I read a review of it and it was like, you're not even It's like nothing. Like
Right.
you're taking all the joy from it. Like it's like reading a recipe instead of tasting it. It's like flour and then a cup of sugar. It's like, dude, you just can't capture it. And I don't know what the answer is, but you should not. Writing about comedy just feels like you can't. It's something gets lost.
Well, how
people
often do
can't
you do
film
a
at
new
your
set?
shows.
How often do you write a new set?
I try to. I mean, I do a new. So I have a new hour. So it's taken me like 2 years to write this hour.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not like one of those like I just go up there and see what happens. Like I have to scrape, and this is my 3rd hour, so it takes a while. Like, and it takes a lot of people a while.
Do you have help?
I don't.
I'm surprised the 3 mics concept didn't get stolen by more people. Great concept.
I was
man.
gonna do it as a series, and have other people do it, but I didn't want. The problem is because people are getting so much money. It's like I couldn't go to Chris or Dave or Amy or any of these people and go like, "Hey, want to do 3 mics for $100,000?"
Yeah.
Like, or do your own special, the same material, $20 million. Like, so people, it's just worth too much at this point. And the people I knew who had good stories I didn't like their stand up. Like, you kind of need like a good story, and
Good
like I'd
stand-up.
have to want to watch your stand up and then watch your story. But yeah, no, I would be. My worry is that people are going to be like, are you going to be like, people are going to see my new hour and be like, wasn't that sad? The last hour was sadder.
Yeah.
I didn't mope as much as I wanted to in this hour. But because I'm just talking.
You had your own show in development as well.
I did.
So what's going on with
It's
that?
dead.
Oh, sorry.
Damn.
Thanks for bringing it up.
I'm sorry.
Jeez.
I thought
Thanks
it
for
was coming
bringing
out
it
like
up.
this year.
Thanks for bringing it up,
sometime.
Pusher T. Pusher Yee.
Pusha Yee.
Yeesh.
Well, listen, y'all go check Neal out, man. Here we
Yeah,
go.
here I am. I'm going to Chicago.
June 7th at Talia Hall.
Then I'm going to Milwaukee.
Where's Milwaukee date?
The Turner Ballroom. That's the next
Okay.
night. That's June 8th. Then I'm going to Indianapolis. That's the National Theater, I believe. Then the next week I'm going to Kansas City.
Then Detroit.
Then I'm going to Detroit. Then I'm going to Minneapolis. Chicago, I added a show because it's so hot.
Your 7:30 show sold out.
You know what I mean?
But it's a 9 o'clock show, too, though.
Yeah. I appreciate, just as a white person, I got to say, you guys
a
have
white
so
person?
few white people on here that it feels good. And I hope, white people, I hope that I represented as well.
Actually, the last white person who was here was Melissa McCarthy.
That's a big deal.
And then before that was Hillary Clinton, right?
No, we had white people.
We've
before
had
Hillary.
white
Stop
people
it.
on the show.
No, but
and
like you guys have like
Hillary Clinton, that was
2
years.
white people a month, maybe.
Not that much.
Yeah, so it feels pretty great.
I'm trying to think. All right, let's.
Maybe Amy will come. We tell Amy to come.
Allie was going to come. Allie Wong
She's
wants
still,
to come.
Allie is
yeah,
coming. She actually sent me a bottle of whiskey.
Oh, good. All right. Yeah.
Allie's coming.
let's
But
end
she's
this with-
Asian, though.
No, I know, but I just wanted to tell you.
Yeah, what did that have to do with anything?
No, it's got nothing to do with
Let's
anything.
end this with the last anti-bias question for you, Neal Brennan. When is the first time you had a friend of a different race who regularly visited your home?
When have you brought a black person in your house?
Regularly.
When I was a kid, we had a.
That's the last time you had a black person in your house?
No,
Man,
man.
this is
the
Neal
first
Brennan,
time.
the Black Whisperer.
The
What are you
first
talking about?
time.
Please. Do you have any idea who you're talking to?
No.
Michael Shea posted a picture of him and Jadakiss and Neal and said 3 legendary black guys.
That's correct. We had an exchange student when I was growing up who lived with us. So that was the first regular. That was my first immersive experience. Come to my house. I didn't really have any. I guess Dave would be the first
Wow. You were
regular.
grown.
I was 17. I wasn't that grown.
Okay.
There were just. I mean, they're just. I grew up around white people. But it was
So
great.
what was it about Dave?
He was,
grew up
Charlamagne.
around
He
white
was
people,
funny.
too.
He was intelligent. He had a wit about him.
caviar
He had
facials.
caviar facials. Take out the toxins.
You guys both like to smoke.
We both like to smoke cigarettes. Yeah. So the Dave would be the first, I think. Tony Woods, I was roommates with. Comedian. I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. After you're friends with Dave, why be friends with any other black people? You kind of score.
I really did peak. I'll take on a Chris or you know what I mean. It's got to be his level, but it's I'm not going beneath that.
Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie. I'll every once in a while.
Charlamagne?
Char. No, we
Getting
don't
there.
really like socialize. We text though.
Yeah,
we have
we
a
text
cute.
a
We have
lot.
a cute
Yeah.
text relationship. You look good, Envy. You lose weight,
Ah, thank you.
Okay. I know
Yeah,
what porn
right?
we're watching tonight.
right?
Yeah, I lost 24 pounds.
Did
Thank
you
for
really?
asking. Yeah, thank you for asking.
Did you do it? Did you do it with like a system, or you just were diet and exercise?
Little Coke. You take a little Coke in the morning.
Little
The
tootsie?
diarrhea diet you was talking
The
about.
Yeah, I know that.
Food
No,
poisoning.
it was eating better. Eating.
Yeah,
I
it's
got
pretty
rid of
easy,
detox.
right?
It was detox, but
The
it was also
detox
eating
now.
better. Got rid of a lot of the foods, a
Yeah.
lot of the poisons in the system, and a lot of fruits and water fruits and things like that, and it worked. 24
Yeah.
pounds. Bang.
Yeah,
And now
if
I
you,
just-
if you're just a little bit smart about it. You know, people think I'm so skinny that if you type my name into Google, if you type in Neal Brennan and then C, the letter C, Neal Brennan cancer comes up. That's how skinny I am. Do it right now.
Does it?
I swear, it's like, dude, I'm just the right weight.
So crazy.
I'm the
man.
correct weight. But people think, everyone's gonna say meth. The comments will be meth,
You are very slim.
AIDS,
People still say
Cancer.
that in 2018.
yes,
I thought Magic beat that mold.
I know.
No, it says Neal Brennan comedy.
No,
Comedian.
CA, do CA.
No, it says Neal Brennan caviar, Neal Brennan comedian,
caviar.
Neal Brennan comedy, Neal
Well,
Brennan
last time I
Chicago,
did- okay,
Neal
but
Brennan
thank God
Chappelle
I'm wrong.
Show, Neal
Thank God
Brennan
I'm
Chris
wrong.
Rock, Neal Brennan commercial. Oh, here you go, Neal Brennan Comedy Central, then Neal Brennan Cancer.
Yeah.
All right, but
See?
it's
Then
up
Neal
there.
Brennan
All
Comedy
right, well,
Tour.
last time I did it, I did CA and I got cancer immediately.
It's in the top 10.
Yeah, that's great. All right, good. So it's cancer's not
Why
my
is
number
Neal
one.
Brennan caviar number one? I gotta click this.
Because that's the name of the production company that I do commercials with.
Got you. Okay.
So that's why I looked it up in the first place.
Got you.
Guys, I'm 100% cancer
I'm
free.
looking at all these
right.
things that come up. Neal Brennan relationship, Neal Brennan wife.
I know
Brennan.
it makes you feel pretty good.
Neal Brennan
Who
net
care,
worth.
Neil?
People want a piece of the kid. Luckily, I'm out here and I'm open for DMs.
Hey!
But I will say, be prepared to receive a no, thank you.
Tell them where to find you, Neil.
Neal Brennan, NealBrennan.com. Neal Brennan on Twitter. Neal Brennan on Instagram. I don't really do Facebook anymore.
Man, for your parents.
Yeah. I don't do Snap.
Me neither.
Yeah, those are my two main forms of communication.
Well, it's Neal Brennan. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.